Hey everybody, it's Tuesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of DM Saving Throw. My name is Justin Nightinger, and I will be your DM this evening. And now I'm going to kick it off to my lovely PCs here, starting with Casey.
Hey everybody, my name's Casey Boyd. I'm playing Byron Bancroft, your lovable bard.
Oh, hey, I'm Emily, and I am playing Maeve, who's a monk.
Hello, my name is Lisa. I'm playing Nyx, the reborn cleric, and I'm also picking inspiration tonight.
Don't steal my stuff.
Spoilers.
Oops.
I'm Rob. I'm playing Casper, the Orc Paladin, and I'm ready.
Okay, well, if you don't know, we are doing a hard R rated campaign, and it is in the D&D 5e rules setting. We do have a few homebrew rules added into the mix. And the last thing that we have is all that stuff in the middle that you're seeing is that sweet, sweet Tailspire. We're not sponsored by them, but we sure do love them, especially now that they have Hero Forge integration, and we have all these cool minis that we can play with. Anybody have any questions before we go into the recap? All right. So, I am in the wrong notes, so I can't have the right thing. All right. So, last time, Farron appeared to be coming back to life. After that, there was a shape in the distance that appeared to be a giant black dragon coming towards them. They ran away like the smart PCs they are, and they headed to the Necromancer's house from episode 3. And all that they find there is a note that Farron also had in his pocket. Yes, I have it written down. Would you like to hear it again? Okay.
Yes.
So it says, "Join the Order of the Reborn Knight every day, dusk and dawn at Norlock Square." And on the back, it said, "The Shield of Mesrakath. With scales and claws, a time will come when peace will reign and evil run. We'll give ourselves, our souls one and all. Mesrakath is the hope. With him, none shall fall."
Sorry, Justin, I missed that first part. I got a little distracted. Could you say
Oh, join the Order of the Reborn Knight every day, dusk and dawn at Norlock Square. So, you need to then head off to Blip Blop's Noodle Emporium, where you meet a young tiefling named Chaucer. Byron may or may not have changed his life by giving him a little bit of gold. They head off to the bathroom like any good PC group together. And there they open up Nyx's crypt portal to take a long rest and also allow Byron and Casper to work some shit out after their steamy smooch. In the morning, Nyx cooks some pastries, which Byron immediately prestidigitates without even tasting and makes Nyx very, very upset. She's still mad. Look her up there. She's super mad.
I was gonna say you just rehatched the entire thing. We had just gotten past this.
Opening old wounds.
we need
until right this minute about that.
Yeah, we need to make sure that you guys are in the moment. So after Nyx is all mad, they leave their portal only to find a Loxodon named Penelope doing a number 2. Will she show up again? Whoever knows. After that, you head to Enchantara, where you talk to Voltrus, and you guys show Nyx's robot to him and find out that there are mages that are disappearing. After that, Lisa asks for all the Enchantara Council names and favorite colors, which we gave out. If you don't know what they are, go back and either listen to the YouTube or our podcast for a shameless plug. We end with Nyx trying to pawn off information about Dwarven runes. Anybody have questions on the recap?
I have a clarification.
Okay.
Casper and Maeve really enjoyed Nyx's cooking.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was a solid 14 out of 20.
We liked it.
Don't try to save this, Rob.
That's all.
Hey, no. He's just reminding you, we're wonderful human beings.
I mean, if we
He's
are
an orc.
going by the percentages, it is a solid C.
I don't like how you said he's an orc. I feel like that was a little charged. I don't know. But okay.
We've got one. Maeve is human, right? Is Maeve human?
Huh? Yes, maybe
Is
human.
Maeve human?
Sorry, when I said we
That's
were wonderful
usually-
humans,
not
I was
human
referring to
beings.
Rob and myself.
So, last week
Sorry.
we gave Misprint inspiration. Misprint, if you are here, please remember that inspiration means you can give me disadvantage or advantage whenever you'd like. You can also give the players advantage whenever they roll. Keep being awesome in chat, and as she already spoiled it, Lisa is giving out inspiration today.
Ew. Better try to make me laugh, bitches.
All right. So, Nix, you wanted to possibly go see Yogurteeth to talk about the dwarves in that mountain. If you don't want to
Yeah.
do that, you don't have to. But that's where you had talked about trying to be when we left last time.
Yeah, I want to try to just hand off that information. We can make that quick, but I do want to speak with him and hand off that info just to see if we can get in good with some other new friends here.
Okay. They are on the board. I moved you guys out. I apologize. I accidentally summoned you to the wrong board. But that character is on the map.
Am I supposed to be seeing where the character is on
If
the
you
map?
hit tab, yeah, inside on the right hand
All I
side of the
see
building.
is
We got moved.
Destrick?
We got moved outside.
Yeah, you could just move inside. Oops, that's on the roof.
Mine says waiting on GM.
Oh my goodness, guys!
I'll leave and come back.
This is only the 50th session.
Hey, it's only the 43rd session.
my
Thank
God.
you.
And
We,
coming
still,
back.
No,
we
that's
still
okay.
have 7 more sessions to
fine.
go before this becomes
How are we going to
embarrassing.
celebrate number 50?
Get really drunk and have a terrible session.
Guys, tell all your friends so we
Dustin
can have a
breaks his shirt off.
party. Here I am.
Hot tub session.
Oh yeah. So are they in the basement?
I don't feel like
no,
this
it's
dude's
on
on the
the-
board. All right, I don't know what to tell you.
Hold on, I'll bring them to you.
Could you? Okay. You could also move us to them.
we
See
just,
the door
we
opening up?
just stand in the entryway and just
Like-
yell for him.
Hey.
All right, now that character right in front of you. If you hit tab,
Yes. Yep. See him now.
Perfect.
Oh.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
All
How
right.
do you pronounce
Hello
it?
there.
Yogurt
Hello.
tiff.
We heard that you're the history keeper here. Do you have a few moments to spare?
It's yes I do, and this is a 157-year-old half elf, just for your remembering.
I just
It's-
wanted the plot twist of him just saying, "No, I don't have time. I'm sorry. You need to leave."
It's a
we have
valid
to
response.
keep
You-
this shit rolling.
we're down like 18 people right now. We really don't have the time.
So they come out and talk to you. What do you have for me?
We're some new recruits here. We haven't been able to make proper introductions with everyone yet, but we are assisting Voltrus, and we found some interesting information in the. Does the volcano have a name? in
Turbulence
volcano.
Yes, that's
Okay.
it's-
that one.
But yeah,
we
as
found some
you're
interesting information of some architecture there.
as you're saying that, the yogurt thief, they hold out their hand to shake yours. It's just out there.
Oh,
J-
yeah, no, she looks at it and she goes, no, thank you. I do have some information if you're interested in that.
Byron will palm a couple of coins and shake his hand because he thinks they're wanting a bribe. So he'll put a couple of coins inside of their palm.
They look at you and they're like, I'm not sure why you gave me this money, but it will go towards the library. Slips that into their pocket. Now, you were speaking of some architecture.
Yes, of dwarven architecture that was found on the island, but fair amount different than what we would see here in Donvers Hold. And I believe I have some scrolls from that time, or I have some drawings of the architecture that I would yank out and would offer.
They're like, ooh,
Indeed.
oh, making notes, and we cue the montage. And when they're done, they say, "You have made a great find here." And they hand you the exact amount of money that Byron gave them back to you.
Which was how many thousands of gold did you hand them, Byron?
least
I was gonna say it was like 3 gold, but
Yeah, they hand you
300? Excellent.
they hand you
Oh,
3 gold back. It's literally the same exact.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it different gold? No. Okay.
No, it's the same exact stuff.
Thank you, and I'm glad that it's of interest to you. I figured it may be the sort of thing that we hadn't seen here in the city, but it might be of interest to someone like a history keeper. If you can make use of the information, we'd be more than happy to do a little bit more digging if there's any assistance that you need in finding out more about it. Although, we're probably not too willing to go back to the island anytime in the near future, so do with that what
Safe
you
now.
will.
They look at you, and they're still taking notes. This is quite unique. We will send an expedition once we're able to calm things down. Maybe we can find something new about these dog drinking elves. Sounds like there's a dog drinking somewhere.
I'm so sorry.
Is that
Yep.
what it was?
It is. I had to move
They-
Lilo's water bowl. So sorry.
I'll be
They will-
honest with
they
you,
will for-
that did not sound like that at all. It sounded like
They will-
something drastic.
After this session, I
It
will
sounded to me like
relocate.
wooden clogs. It sounded like someone was like tap dancing on the floor.
They will forever be known
That's what I heard.
as the dog drinking elves.
Oh, please
dwarf.
don't. Mm,
Is that normally
What
how
is
you
it?
name your history? Is the
what,
first
what
sound
an
you hear?
Yes.
unattractive name for
Hate to tell you,
such
may happen
beautiful
again.
architecture.
Yeah, everyone's talking about you.
At least
Thank
it's
you.
something.
Now,
Trade
please
this
go away.
information. Yeah, I was hoping to trade this information for some sick, nasty badges, but we already got our badges. So
Maybe.
hopefully we can just
uh,
yes.
They have in their hand they're like super special badges. They're better looking than the ones you have, and they say, "Oh, you didn't want these," and put them back in their pocket and turn around and
Oh
walk
no,
away.
that's exactly what I wanted. No, please come back. Don't leave.
Door
If you
closes.
don't mind. No. No, it does not.
I could break that door down. It doesn't look that sturdy.
It's the badges. It's the badges they give all the school kids who come in for.
Yeah, it's like pilot wings. No.
Yeah,
Those are the ones that we
There's-
have right now.
There's stickers. They stick
I'm
to your
interested
shirt.
in learning. I deserve a badge for being a curious bean.
Not a
Were the
curious
badges real,
legume, a
Justin? I need to
curious
know if they
bean.
were real shiny badges.
As you say that, there is another person in the room. It is Pilawin Mithrosk, and they walk over to you and go, "Oh, this is the Curious Bean badge," and they give you a little sticker that says Curious Bean.
Thank you.
Does it have a cute illustration of it with a
What's
little
that?
bean? Does it have a cute illustration on it with a little bean with like legs and arms holding up a magnifying glass to its eye?
with a little.
No, that's a different one. This one's a bean reading a book.
And the title of
How
the
many
book
ding
is
dang badges
Magical
does this
Fruit.
dumb club have?
37.
Well,
Oh
this
my
is a
god.
sticker, not a badge. So,
How do I get my Enchantara sash so I can start collecting all the badges?
or one of those lanyards like you have at Disney that they put all your pins on.
Yeah.
They just point to the door, and right next to the door there's sashes that you can grab. They're all children's size though.
Right next to the cubbies.
Mhm.
Where they
Just
put their
rip one.
backpack.
Just Maeve takes two, rips them both apart, and ties them together to make them longer, and hands it over to Nyx. That it'll fit her.
Excellent. You become like an eagle mage when you collect all the badges. A griffin mage? Yes, I don't need anyone to tell me if that's canon or not. I've already made a canon. It's real. It's
Okay.
happening.
All right. Putting in my notes, we're going to make a competing mage guild called the Griffin Mages. All right. Is there
Can I
anything else
just
you guys want
say-
to do here?
I just have something to say about the Curious Bean badge again. Just did a quick Canva search of beans, and I found a graphic of an anthropomorphic one, but it is nude colored and has a belly button. So I will not be using that to create a fake Curious Bean badge.
That's exactly what it looks like.
It was
Appreciate you
quite
double-checking on
disturbing.
that.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
I think we're ready to leave. I believe we were interested in heading off to see about returning a rotting corpse from inside of my.
Hopefully not rotting, but
So-
we would really like to return the body.
Canonically, right? Because how you guys killed the wyvern is you put it in an extra dimensional space and there was no air. So, bless you. Can the corpse rot? I don't think it doesn't
That's
need.
up to you. It's technically on the
Google.
astral plane. So some DMs do it, it's lukewarm and things just turn to mush, or it's like in space and it's kind of preserved.
A Google search says that the short answer is yes. Although food is not going to last forever, the decomposition, process will be
Corpses.
significantly slowed with the absence of oxygen. So it could, but it would be slowed down, so it may not rot as much as you think if we're going with a no air explanation.
Well, so I mean, you guys obviously make the decision. We'll say there would be a little bit of decomposition, but also you have someone here who could stop that rotting if they wanted to.
Bingo.
So if you don't want it to be a great big pile of goo, then
Please no, please no, please no. Please no goo.
I mean, I'm 50-50.
That'd be
resident
funny.
necromancer. What are you thinking there?
I say we retcon, and Nyx worked her magic
Thank
and
you.
made sure to preserve Shay's
If
body.
we retcon,
Okay.
Maeve, if Maeve had known she could do that, she would have absolutely asked when she
And-
realized we were not going to be back so quickly.
I remember
Byron-
it being
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do that at the beginning. Like, I'm not going to do that.
I
That's what
feel like you don't know what you're talking about.
Byron
I
will
specifically
hide the
remember
whole.
offering to res Shay, and that being swiftly rejected as an option. I'm sorry, Casey. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're fine. Yeah. So I think we just head on out.
Okay. All right.
Is there
So-
a potential for like swifter travel? Like, can I have a discussion with any of the individuals inside of the Enchanters Guild and just say, hey, we're looking to go to a specific spot. Can I? Do you happen to know any, like teleportation circle runes that I might be able to go to based on like, you have like a book of them that you could share, or do I need to see it physically in order to be able to travel there?
So, being where you're at, you would be able to find someone down, and as you're walking, there's a very tall Harengon with a big blue robe over his ear. Like he's got the hood up over his ears. He's walking down you monk like. He's got his hands in his sleeves and the sleeves over top of each other. As you are walking down, he goes, hello. Were you the one looking for the transportation magic?
We were.
Where are you looking to go?
Good question. Maeve, where's your family?
Oh,
Where's
I
that
can't.
family from again?
You should maybe look into Tavern Chat where I put the map. It's Torgad's Cove.
I forgot the name. I knew it was a
I
cove.
already knows where her family is. Like, do you want me to tell everybody?
Wait, wherever it is, it's written so tiny. I would never. Oh, I have to open the original.
You're
Still
clearly-
tiny.
You're clearly O'Donnelly.
Yeah, that's
What
me.
about me? Am I also clearly Donnelly?
You have the facial features of a dog. No, I don't know.
Oh, no.
No, because Lucy is technically
I'm
not a
asking.
born Donnelly. if
I thought I'd
she's-
try. I mean,
Yes, we'd like to go to Torgad's. Yes, is there a way for us to get to Torgad's Cove?
Yes, it's right on the outskirts. It would be let's see, there's 4 of you here. 50 gold for the materials,
sure.
Deal.
I don't mind.
and 3% service fee if you're not paying with gold.
What?
Oh, I
else
can
could
pay with
pay
gold.
with?
Maeve would just pay because she wants to get the body back.
Byron just looks at the guy and says, "What other kind of payments do you take?"
He looks at you and winks.
Oh, let's do
You'll-
this. I'm just kidding.
You'll need change for that one.
What's,
No, Maeve would just pay
sorry,
the 50
what's
gold
the
to get him there.
conversion rate from gold to
Yeah, I'm curious about that answer too.
a 3% increase? Is it?
Inches. This is how many
I-
total inches we'll have to have had.
Oh, Byron, you don't want to come up short. This is the most important mission of your life.
I mean, luckily I'm the only one that I can suffice that. I don't.
He reaches over and grabs Casper in large person pill and just drumps it down his pants.
A large person.
Drop it in my pants. Is that how it works?
I'm gonna go ahead and just hand him the 50 gold. I think. Just gonna. There
Oh,
you
I
go,
already
sir.
gave him the gold.
In that
Okay.
case, I will delicately
Yeah,
take back my
sorry.
50 gold.
Maeve would pay for it because she has the 50 gold and she just wants to like get home to get Shay his funeral rites and stuff.
So, how are we traveling?
He looks at you and he goes, "Oh, well, don't you know you're already there?" And he takes his hands and goes like this and hits his top fist to his bottom fist, and all of a sudden the stone around you starts to melt away, and you can see the ocean about 300-400 feet out into the distance, and the ground materializes up underneath you, and you can hear birds chirping as the waves crash against the sand.
Before Maeve reacts, I would just like to say I honestly thought that you were gonna have him like wave one of those fake black and white plastic wands and like swish a cape, you know, like the bad magicians who can't do. Don't you know you're already there?
And he
Like-
just walks away with your money. You see that he's got one of those badges, those sashes on, and it says "Curious Bean."
Oh no, that one says Sneaky Bean on it. Sneaky, sneaky.
Here's a question. Now that we've ended up on a beach, is he still here?
Yes, he's there, and
Oh, excellent.
he looks at you and he says, "Will there be anything else?"
Well, at some point we'll need to go home. So
She smashes
no.
his top hand to a bottom hand, and he disappears again.
Counterspell it.
I can get us home.
Could you get us here? I mean, I guess it was a hell of a deal.
I've
so-
never been here, so I couldn't get us here.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Magic.
All right.
Maeve just
I
takes
see
a
a
deep
whole lot of
breath.
beach.
This is it.
All right. So let me bring you guys to the board. Byron,
Woo!
Nix,
Wow. I thought there'd be more farm.
Casper.
I don't know why. I thought your
and
family was a bunch of farmers.
Maeve. So-
Farmers.
The only thing we know about the Donnelly family is that they're criminals. I wouldn't have any other
Well,
expectations
that's
about
a
what
little
to
bit
see
of
here.
a hasty description to you.
Isn't
We've been
that-
traveling with you for quite a while. I'm not
You
sure
were
how hasty
committing
it is.
crimes immediately.
I wouldn't call us criminals per se.
I mean,
We
no,
would, though.
I've stolen a lot, and you seem worse than me.
Menaces? Is that
You-
better?
No, that's a little more negative. Maybe
Oh,
don't
okay.
use.
Swindlers.
Maybe we use
Cheats.
kinder language when we meet my family. I mean,
Oh.
they're very nice, but
Do you cut purses and then run away from those people with said purses?
Only if someone pays us to.
Okay, so yes,
Aha!
you're thieves.
Menaces!
We just have a very enterprising business.
Where does the line stop? Would you punch a grandma in the face if someone paid you enough money?
Well, who wouldn't?
Well, we have standards now. Whose grandma is it?
Valid
Yours.
question.
We'll go with yours.
I would never punch my
10,000 gold,
grandma.
would you do it?
And when you meet her, you will understand why. There is no way anyone in their right mind would punch that
Because
woman.
she'd beat you up?
She's a fucking badass, that's what.
Okay.
All right. So, you all are on a beach. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get all of the names for all of the Donnellys up so I can not mess them up. There's a lot of them, folks.
I had to pull up the family
So
tree.
that way we can scratch them off one by one as we go
No!
through
As,
murdering.
as you
their-
walk in, you see this person dead and this person
There's
dead.
only one skull on my family tree so far. Okay.
So far.
Well, we
so-
can fix that.
No.
You guys walk into what would you imagine's a quaint little village. There are kids playing in the streets. There are people throwing knives and practicing things that look like circus tricks. But generally, people just seem like they're having a good time. As you guys move forward, you do notice that while not everyone looks the same, there are a lot of the same facial features. You're seeing some sporadic different changes here and there, but there's a lot of Maeve that you see in this
Dear
town.
God.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, dear God.
I think what he was saying is that your tree seems to go rather tall, not wide.
Oh, it's a pretty wide tree. Just ask our DM. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the last 2 generations there's a lot of fucking. So, but
Listen, I may speak in a southern accent, but the imagery and intention behind this family was all a big Irish brood, okay? I
Oh,
just
that
can't
accent was
do it.
southern. Okay.
Well, okay, listen, Casey! Let's hear you do some great listen! Someone
So
give
bad.
Casey disadvantage on something!
As we
So-
are moving through, Nyx is a little hesitant to be here, and she seems to be hanging back. Kind of, she's sort of tucked herself, kind of a little behind Casper, being the biggest, beefiest one here. She's trying to avoid being highly visible as we approach more people.
Nix, are you okay? Are you, do you need me to hide you or something? I can put you, like,
this...
in between my shield and my body. Nobody would be able to see then.
No.
Okay,
We just wanted to walk behind you and get the best view.
Oh,
So
yes, what
so-
Byron said. Correct.
really, Nix?
Maeve.
I would also like to note that Maeve is clearly very excited to be here, but I would also like to remind everyone, I don't remember if this was ever mentioned, but canonically, she has stayed out on her rumspringa, shall we call it, a little longer than she was supposed to, because she was enjoying herself too much, just dicking around and doing stuff.
So, Maeve, as you are thinking, like, oh, what are they going to think about me as I come into this town? You see Nevin Donnelly running across the way. And then you see Craig, and then finally you see Tomas, who is Shay's father.
Hey,
I will point out, I don't know if you meant to specifically name this name, but Nevin is Lucia's son.
Yes, I
Okay,
specifically
okay.
meant to say that name.
Just checking. checking. Just make sure. It's like, I hope that wasn't just a random one he pulled.
No.
After, okay, great. Good, great. Love it. I forget who you said. Nevin. Oh, Nevin, Craig, and some of the kiddos. She's just gonna be like really excited, start waving at them and everything. It's so good to see ya.
And then you see Tomas, who is Shay's father.
Are they all human?
Yeah, just for ease, I'm just gonna say yes. I planned all of their classes and did not think to all of theirs. So for ease, we'll just say yes, they're all
So
human.
Nix and I stick out like a sore thumb, I'd imagine.
Great. Sure.
One of us more than the other.
Yeah, the ghost.
Hey there, Uncle T. Good to see ya. Where
Is that Maeve? He comes up and he pinches your cheeks and he's like, "Good God, girl, it's been years since I saw you. We thought you needed to be stricken from the books because you weren't coming back."
Oh, me? I would never. She gives him like a big hug.
Not so
You've
much
gotten so
her.
big, and he like holds your arms up and like walks around you to see how big you've gotten. He's like, "Oh, you should have 7 kids by now."
Uncle T, is Deirdre around?
Oh yes, she's over there. She's been very ill lately. The doctor says she has a weak heart.
Great, says Emily. Well, then it's so hard with chat happening at the same time. Uncle T, I'm not here with great news.
Oh, what are you okay? Do you have the monkeypox?
Do you wanna come sit at the fountain for a minute?
Dude, you're scaring me.
He's gonna look back at Byron and be like, "Can you get out? You know."
Sure.
Please do it nicely. Byron is not that
body of
cool of a
trash
person.
fall out.
Upside down. Just trash bits of wyvern pop out.
A whole wyvern,
Just
actually.
flops around.
No, moment seriously, please.
Byron will stretch it out and he will crawl inside of it and
So
the bag. I
Yeah.
I was like, why are you crawling in front of side of Shay? Holy shit, that's fucking dark.
and I will I'll get down in there and try to pull the body up and position it around the wyvern and use the wyvern as kind of like a pile of dirty laundry to like get a higher step as I push the body up for Casper to pull out. Or Nix.
Tomas is standing there, and just out of nowhere, a gray corpse of his child emerges from this bag, and he just stops and falls to the ground. My boy, what? Maeve. He looks at Maeve, just in pain. You can see that essentially his heart has been ripped out. His youngest son has been returned to him dead.
I am gonna post the family, for the record, post the family tree just in the tavern chat for anyone on stream who wants to see it, but also then so I don't have to explain everything. But this is his youngest son. So
yes. So if you
it's
look
not
at the,
just like any.
There's a lot of names on there. If you look on that picture on the very bottom left, that's Shay.
Put a skull over his class, like the cruel person I am.
If you go straight up that line to the almost very top, that's Tomas. That is his father. That is the green are for boys, and the pink, red, orange, whatever color that is for girls.
Yeah, I have a whole keynote with their classes and everything. So.
Yep.
So you want to help a grieving man, or are we just gonna watch him?
You've ripped his heart out. He's sitting there looking at you, confused and in pain.
I'm so sorry, Uncle Tomas. We were out finding some answers, and we came across him like this. I mean, this was a while ago. His body was a little less worse for wear, but I've been trying to get back here to bring him back for the rites.
And he is just sobbing. He's walked up and taken the body from Byron and is now just walking towards the town square.
Uncle
with his...
T, where's Declan? Maybe I can get him to come help out.
He just turns and with his head nods over, and you can see Declan is over by the tavern, and he is just singing to a group of younger Donnellys.
Okay, she's gonna head over there.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
He walks away with his son.
This is
Yikes.
awkward.
Yep.
Sorry, y'all. It'll get a lot happier soon, but no one.
No, it won't. Nix.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it will.
You don't know how the Donnellys do funerals. Thank you.
He was crying already. I don't know.
Nix. Give me a perception roll.
Can do. Boom. 20. Non-net.
Non-natural 20. You see a young man who is early to mid 20s, has your chin, has your eyes, and as you see that, you hear somebody yell, "Nevin, over here. We have to help Tomas." And you see another young man, maybe just a little bit younger than the first. You could swear has your nose.
All these people stealing her body parts just because she's dead.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
literally.
exactly what
Holding
it
it.
sounds
Got
like.
it.
Knows the shit.
Where's Maeve? Did Maeve run off?
Maeve has gone over to see Declan, which is he's probably 50 yards away.
She'd just like come up and after the usual like greetings and stuff, just like whisper in his ear to try and get him to come and help. He's the oldest, so she's trying to get him to come and like help his.
He's in the
father
middle
and
of
stuff.
singing. He's got his lute there. Declan is a bard, and he's just strumming away. And as you whisper to his ears, he just stops playing and drops his lute.
Yeah, and she'd like try to be as delicate as possible, but there's like no like unsurprising way to drop this news or anything. But she's just trying to get him to take the lead with his dad, since clearly.
Shay, you can't be. No, this can't be.
Like I need you. I need you to come.
Where's
help
my
me.
father?
He's that way.
Okay.
Grab Aoife and just.
Yep.
Whatever.
He starts. He grabs the children that are around him, and he says, "Quickly, grab your parents. It appears that we need to be at the beach tonight." And the kids scatter off in all directions, knowing that be at the beach tonight is their code for it's time to honor someone who has fallen while away.
Does that mean that Nevin and the other boy also split off?
They're not there right now. They're like I said, they're about 50 yards away. They're probably 60 or 70 yards away because you're in between them and where Declan was. But as you're standing there, one of the children runs up and is like, "Nevin, Dylan, we got to go to the beach. Declan says we got to be there tonight." And they both exchange worried glances and start to walk away.
Byron will lean in towards Casper and say, "Did you see how they all ran in different directions? That is a classic scatter pattern whenever you're stealing something. These kids are taught when they're growing up how to do this. Like, this is insane."
Give me a perception check.
Agree. Did you see their hands? Filthy.
Pull up my sheet real quick. Perception, you said?
Uh-huh.
23.
Okay. So you feel as a little tiny hand reaches up to go to grab your coin purse. And as you look down, they giggle and they're like, and they run off in another direction.
Oh my god.
Byron,
Did I send Justin
Uh,
a whole paragraph about the vibe of the Donnellys? Yes, I did.
Byron takes his entire coin purse and puts it in the cosmic crotch pocket so no one can take it.
I'm gonna do something that I don't think will have disastrous consequences. I'm gonna use command on
I was
this
gonna say, you
child.
kill one of the children?
Yeah, I killed them. I just fucking javelin them in the back. I'm going to use.
Yeah, there's
cast-
gonna be 2 at the beach tonight.
Oh, another one. Command on the child. I'm
Would
gonna
Maeve
say,
recognize this as the Casper using command?
No,
I
you're
mean,
over by Declan.
But if you were here, you would. I mean, he points at the child and says, "Stop."
Well,
And-
hasn't Declan walked
Wait,
off? So now
wait.
Maeve's walking back to the group.
No, this is happening while you're doing that.
Shit.
So what do I have to roll to beat your command?
A Wisdom DC 16 saving throw,
All right, this is a straight roll.
which will be super embarrassing.
5. So the little
Okay.
kid's like and runs, and his arms just shoot out, and he's like, I don't under what? I can't move.
You are
Casper's
so
going
lucky
to
Maeve
walk
is not
over
there
and
right
just
now.
pick him up by under the arms while he's T-posing and bring him back, walk back, and set him in front of Byron. Don't know, but doesn't matter. And say, were you just trying to steal?
He goes,
His
what? I
weapons?"
don't. I wasn't gonna keep it. I was just practicing for when I get
You-
older.
Emily,
We're not allowed to keep the money from the outsiders, but we're supposed to try to take it.
You don't love this family already, okay? Come on.
Who
So great.
which of the adults is telling you to do this?
All of them.
Really? Oh my god. All right. What? Really quick. Casper's gonna pull out like 2 gold and like palm it to them. Not palm it, just hand it to them.
His hands are still wide open in a
Yeah,
T-pose.
he'll just shove it into. He'll just close both hands over 1 gold coin. What is the family's opinion on Maeve? Really quick. Give me a rundown.
He looks and he says,
I drop command.
no. He looks at you and he goes, I've never. This is a young child. He says, I've never met Maeve. She's been gone since before I was able to walk. I
Wow.
thought she was gonna be stricken from the records.
How old are you?
5.
When did you learn to walk?
He's been gone for a while, but like not that long.
4. I'm 4.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
I would
Okay,
also do that, yeah.
you're good to go. Don't spread the word.
Byron,
He
Fuck up.
he gives you the money back and he's like, we're not allowed to take money from the outsiders, and he runs away.
the whole idea of not giving candy to children, or not offering gifts to small children so they'll like you, is probably a good sign here as well as other places. Just
Well, that was for the information that they
Oh.
wanted, but they didn't have it, so really they shouldn't have had my money anyway. Wow, we've never been so right about something before.
Nyx. So
Nyx has disappeared. Wow,
Okay.
This
while
is
these
like
boys are getting
slowly
harassed.
like crumpling into a legend.
what are you doing?
I am trying to stealthily follow Nevin and Dylan.
Give me some stealth if you're trying to hide.
I am so bad at stealth, but I would
just
love
to give
to.
you have to beat a 14 because Nevin rolled
clink,
a
clink,
14.
clink, 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 clink,
Clank, 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 clank. Indeed,
that
that's
game.
a 7.
A 7.
Yep.
Okay. So Dylan is walking, and Nevin looks over his shoulder, and he sees you, and you're standing next to a tree, clearly looking at him. And when he turns around, you like hide behind the tree, real quick, and he
The tree was
hits his
fake
brother.
and it falls over.
Yeah, it's a piece of plywood and it falls. No, he hits his brother on the arm and points every direction and kind of does a shrug, and they both start to walk towards a very very tall man who is just, you can see from underneath his clothes that he is just full of muscle, and he has a very very large sword swung over his back.
I would like you to know, Lisa, it is all Justin making your possible former husband hot because I gave no bodily descriptions of any family members.
That is totally fine. Even if he wasn't, it'd be totally fine. I continue to approach while ducking behind whatever items I can, trying to stay a safe distance away. She's not approaching, but she's trying to get a closer look and eavesdrop if possible.
Um, you are getting close because you're seeing that now people are starting to understand that Shay has come back and Shay is no longer alive. And as you get closer, Nevin and Dylan are standing there and they whisper to the tall man, and you hear him say, "Shay's dead. I can't believe it, boys. This is truly a sad day." And he puts his arm around them and they start to walk away.
I'm gonna keep following. She at this point, she doesn't quite know what she's seeing, so she's not trying to approach, but she cannot not acknowledge what she's seeing either. So are they heading off to whatever the beach ceremony thing is? Does
They're
it look
not.
like they're-
It's still earlier in the morning.
Okay.
You can keep follow them if you want. And if you do, we're going to cut back to Byron and Casper and then Maeve.
Okay.
Okay. So we cut back to Byron and Casper. That young child has just run away, like bye bye, and then ran off into the areas that wherever the children are going. What are you guys doing?
I think I'm just taking it all in, kind of staring around, just looking.
Aren't their eyes a little wide too?
What's that?
Casper is whispering to Byron about
So-
their facial features.
So you guys see, even with all the bullshit that's going on where the adults are starting to come out and be sad, there's sorrow, but there's also joy. The parents are going out and they're playing with the children. They're making sure that they're with their loved ones. Maeve, what are you up to?
So Declan would presumably have gone off after to like deal with family stuff and everything. So she's gonna head back to Casper and Byron, and just be like, well, since y'all are here, things are about to get a little crazy. Better introduce you to Happy and Granny, indicating like her grandparents who are like current heads of the family and stuff. Where's Nyx?
Hey, one of your kids just tried to steal from us.
Oh yeah, they'll never keep it though. Don't worry about that. Just let them have their fun. It's good
Really?
training.
Criminals, right? That's what your family does?
Not a word we like to use, Casper. And you will not want to use that word in front of my granny and pappy, okay?
I
Yeah.
might.
So you also don't associate with honesty. Got it.
Where's Nyx? Gotta introduce her too, so they don't think anyone's strangers.
I
Yeah.
heard
We're gonna have lots of outsiders coming for the party later.
I heard plate clanking away towards the beach.
Yeah, she was clomping.
She was not headed towards the beach. She
Oh.
is.
Echoes all over. I think she
Maybe
went
move
that way,
me where I am.
I
I
was
just
gonna
started
say.
wandering.
Is Nyx within yelling
Where am
distance?
I? Over
You
here? Where am
are-
I?
He's gone.
Nope. Hold on.
Okay.
I have to open something real quick. You are in the back. See where the light is at?
Ye-
Oh, okay. I see
Oh,
it.
they disappeared.
Just hiding in the bushes.
We see her hiding in the bushes?
Give me a perception check.
I absolutely will do that.
I
No,
do
I'm,
because
I'm
she's
so stealthy.
definitely. Can I
21.
perceive since I'm looking for? Oh, doesn't matter.
I'm
Casper
so
sees her.
no super stealthy. No,
Oh,
no.
that's her. She's right over there.
I'm so, Wait,
That's her.
no, I'm.
Rex, what are you doing?
I'm very stealthy.
I'm super stealthy. I'm whispering.
So Maeve, who is used to like yelling across this whole cove and everything, when Casper points out where Nyx is, and go, Nyx, get over here!
Oh, she will scurry back on over while also being very diligent about following along each of the pathways, because Nyx is not one to step on a lawn assuming that these people have any kind of finely mowed lawns.
Yeah, there's you do realize that it's all of the lawns are very, very well kept.
Excellent. At least a little
Oh.
bit of class for the Donnelly clan.
Well, you when you look over, you see that one of the kids has he's out there and he's got those hand shears and he's cutting this lawn by hand. And as you walk by, he's like, "Oh, come on, man! I totally could have gotten that guy's coin purse. Like, why? Why are you getting this punishment?" And you hear him just muttering to himself as this 4 or 5-year-old is now cutting the lawn by hand.
Why did his voice change so much? I'm like, hey, mister, I'm only
'Cause-
5. Don't worry. It's
Grizz,
like,
they're
these
all fucking
motherfuckers have
criminals.
doing manual labor.
Because 4 or 5, like, he's also got a beard. Turns out he's part
Yeah.
dwarf.
The Donnellys mature at a very fast rate.
The Donnellys,
The
what an
Donnelly
interesting
children
people.
are smart enough to put on little kid voices to get out of scrappy situations.
Did you just say the Donnelly children are smart enough to put on child voices?
Like to do like it's like
Sure what it
pulling
seems
puppy
like.
dog eyes, like to act like
Okay.
more innocent than they would actually act.
Maeve, if you don't mind me asking, there was a man that I saw with a large sword strapped to his back.
I
Very
think you're gonna have to
muscular.
be a little more clear. I have a couple of family members that way. In fact, my own brother carries a big old sword around.
I there were no other descriptive features about him. I only saw him for a moment. It seemed like he was with the smaller, the younger men. I
You
think
catch any
Nevin and
name at
Dylan.
all? Oh, that's my cousin Fergus. Yeah, he's great. Real good fighter. Yeah, those two are his kids right there.
Isn't Fergus the name that we heard before? When we met the man at Byron's dock, he said Fergus had lost his wife.
Oh, I mean, she just disappeared at one point. I was really young. I don't remember much, but I mean, she's been stricken, so we don't really have much record of her anymore in the family.
What does that mean?
History.
He said that you might be stricken as well. What exactly does that mean, Maeve?
Well, family business is important, and Justin can correct me if I describe this inaccurately compared to what he's thinking. Family business is important. I mean, you're born into the family, you marry, and you work for the family. None of us have ever complained. It's a pretty fun business we run, but
Stricken, Maeve. What does it mean to be stricken, please?
gone too long and you're on the outs. You're not in the clan anymore. Happens. We haven't had it happen in a real long. I think Lucia was the last one. I'm amazed my family was thinking about striking me because I have not been gone that long. Sure, a little longer than I meant to be, but it's still not been that long. But listen, you aren't dedicated to the family. You don't show your face every once in a while, and you're on the outs. That's it.
But what about the people who go missing?
I mean, listen, we got a busy business to run. We don't have a lot of time to look for people. And here's the thing, Lucia left, and then we just didn't hear from her. We don't know that she was missing or not. We have no idea.
Isn't that the definition of going missing?
Listen, we do our due diligence looking, but if we get nothing back, then
Then you
we
remove
just
them
assume
from
they
your
left by choice.
family tree? If
Hey.
they go missing?
Listen, we try,
Okay.
man.
A savage family. Similar to my clan, actually. Jeez.
Am I missing anything she says to the DM?
Not that you would know, because you were younger,
Yeah.
but it's
Listen,
essentially that. Like
Yeah.
if somebody goes on a mission that is not not something that they shouldn't be able to come back from, like it's a fetch quest, or they go for their Rumspring and they don't come back, they're stricken from the family records.
Our family prides itself on training family good enough to survive in any situation. Okay, so unless we get a body back, then we presume they got out. They knew what they were doing. We train new family members as well, not just from babes.
She looks down at her blue hands that are slightly translucent around the edges. And says, what if there is nobody to bring back? Maybe I feel like I'm losing my mind. What if it's me? What if I was struck? What if I'm Lucia?
Well, you guys want to hang out on this island, you got to meet Granny and Pappy, and they can answer that question for you. Because, like I said, I was real little when this happened. I barely remember my aunt. Or not even my aunt, my cousin. She's my cousin's wife.
Okay, then let's go meet him.
Okay. So, you would know that they stay in the big house by where Nyx was at. Oh, look, I found those other things. They're up above
Oh, the one
tree.
attached to the cemetery?
Yeah, the ones that I accidentally put the cemetery above the tree. See the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they live in that house. So you want to let them know what your grandparents' names are?
Okay, so we've got Grandpa Clancy, Pappy Clancy, and Granny Brenna. And listen, they may be my grandparents. They have this big clan, but they are wily, so you don't want to be rude, and you gotta watch out.
Right.
They're just as tricksy as the rest of us.
Are they going to try to steal our coin purses?
I make no promises, but we never keep
Okay.
outsiders' money.
My
Unless it's
assumption is
rightfully
that the
earned.
older they get, the harder their crime. So we have a really good chance that they may just try and outright murder us. So
Go
just,
ahead and try and say
Here's
that to
hoping.
their face. I dare you.
Maeve, you can only dare us on so many things before we do it. You know that.
Do we enter through this door, Justin?
Yeah, you can enter through that door. That's fine. Sorry, I'm putting down.
Knock, knock. Oh, this door is tiny. Casper. Oh no, that's not a door. That's.
All right.
the window.
Oh, one thing I apologize.
Yeah.
I forgot to do is I didn't say who made this map. So this is a Tales Bazaar map. It is by someone named Meat Castle. It's called Beach Town. So thank you, Meat Castle.
Thanks, me Castle. Mwah.
Hey, where'd my minis go? I'm really having a bad time with these
I love that
minis
movie.
today.
And you can tell as Maeve walks in here, she is walking in like very carefully, looking around because she knows she's gonna get reamed out for being away so long. And also, like, of all the people in the family,
we
they're
go.
very respectful of their elders, and she is not joking when she says like they know their shit. And
Yeah, you guys walk into this house, and it is very, very ornately furnished, but it's not like one theme. So over here you have a patchwork couch, and over there's a cuckoo clock, and there's a really fancy painting of some lord and lady, and then there's a chair that's like It's got really wonderful scroll work running up the side of it. But as you walk in the door, you see an older woman do a barrel roll somersault behind the couch, and you hear from upstairs, "Ready or not, here I come!" And you hear the gentle thud 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 of some feet as you guys see two legs coming down the stairs, followed by the rest of an older, clearly Donnelly man, and he runs down the stairs, and he's like, "Brenna, I'm gonna get you this time. I counted to 100 just like you said." "Hello, who are Maeve? Maeve, is that you? Brenna, come out, Maeve's here." And you hear from behind the couch, "No, sir, you aren't going to get me this time. I'm going to stay hidden."
I
Hey,
think she's behind the
Pappy.
couch.
Son of a bitch, is that... Who's here?
Granny, it's me. I'm not
Maeve!
lying to you.
Maeve! She runs over and just like Tomas, she starts pinching your cheeks, and then Clancy comes over and he's like, "Oh, you've gotten so big. We thought you were gone for good and left the Donnellys high and dry, just like that no good Lucia."
Sorry it's been so long. I was just having too much fun.
"Oh, I understand." And Brenna looks at you and she goes, I had fun when I was out on my own too. This isn't the only strapping young man that I got my hands on." And she
Oh, Grandma.
elbows
Nanny,
Clancy.
no. Granny, no,
more.
please, no.
Tell us all
"So
about that.
I was in this lodge and there was 6 or 8 guys, and
You can
Clancy."
see she respects her elders, but they are all comfortable enough there that she like slaps her hand over her grandmother's mouth and is like, "Granny, please. I have heard this a million times and my ears will bleed if I hear it again."
And she grabs her hand and she says, "And I couldn't see for a week."
Byron leans in towards Casper and says, "I've been to that lodge. It's pretty fun."
Wow, were the stains still there?
You've been to the Loose Moose?
This is not the Loose Moose, Granny. Oh God, I'm never going.
Hey, we were
there
just
again.
there. We added a few more stains ourselves.
She's gonna poke her
She's
head
gonna
out from
look at her
behind.
grandparents and be like, "As per custom, I brought visitors. I'm here to introduce them to you so y'all don't treat them poorly while they're here. They're not just random visitors." And then she's gonna go down the line and be like, "Y'all, these are my grandparents. Granny Brenna, Pappy
She
Clancy."
raises her hand, twirls it twice, and then bows with a grand gesture.
"And this is Pappy Clancy."
And he holds his hands out to an invisible dress, and he curtsies.
They're in charge there. These are my friends. Please do not be terrible to them while they're here. But no one said we can't do the usual stuff. We've got that over there's Casper. That's Byron. Granny, keep your hands to yourself, please.
She's
And this
got her
here's
hands
Nick.
out like she's gonna do a honking motion, but she puts them back in her pockets sheepishly.
And no, I have not seen Marpa yet, but I promise I will stop and say hello after we're here.
"Oh, that's a good lass. As I said, we thought that you'd left us for good. Thought maybe you got out there and got a taste of the real world, and we're gonna leave us Donnellys high and dry."
Trish, the thought, Pappy, I would never.
He gets close to you, and he looks at Nyx and kind of cocks his head, and then shakes it and goes back to talking to Maeve. As they talk,
Happy, you're not making any
Excuse
sense.
he holds his hands out. He tries to smile to make sure he's not having a stroke. "Yes, dearie."
Do you know me?
He walks up and he reaches into his pocket and takes out the most adorable glasses. They're like 2.5 inches wide, and he flips them open to become a full set of glasses, and he sets them down on his nose, and he goes, You look a lot like Nevin and Dylan. Are y- are you a Donnelly?
I was so ready for him to look closely and be like, "Nope."
I'm not sure, Sarah. I saw them as well, and I thought there might be a bit of a resemblance there, but
Wait. Say, smile, you son of a bitch.
ding.
No, you have to
Yep.
say it. Say, smile, you son of a bitch.
Smile, you son of a bitch.
Lucia?
Maybe.
you- Brenna, come here. And Brenna walks over, and he's like, is this Lucia? I can't tell. It could be. Say, smile, you son of a bitch.
Um, smile, you son of a bitch.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Smile, you
I-
son of a bitch.
I rolled a 17. What's your armor class?
A 20.
Okay. Brenna just telegraphs all the way. She leans her arm back as far as she can go and brings it to just slap you right in the face. But as she does, you grab her hand. And she goes,
Please don't do that.
Lucia, it's you. It's... Why did you leave us?
She starts sobbing. It just the full just face crumples and just tears, ghostly tears just start pouring down her face.
What the fuck is going on here?
This gets more awkward by the minute.
You hear Clancy's like, why would you leave Fergus and your two young boys? It was you were just supposed to go see shit. I forgot his name. Hold on. You were just supposed to go see Gormatog Stone Splitter, and I don't understand.
Well, actually, I can speak to that. Gomertog is my warehouse manager.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that? Was I ever in your books? Was I on your payroll? Why would we have been there? Why would a Donnelly have been
Well,
to your business?
I don't. I think he must have worked with you prior to me. I've only worked with Gomertog probably the last 3 years.
He before he was working for a gang.
What
We
gang?
sent. It was the son of a bitch. I can't believe I forgot that from my notes, gang.
Smile, you son of a bitch gang.
no.
Oh my god.
Oh, the Wasp Squad. I remember them.
Yeah, that's exactly who it was. It was the Wasp Squad. It was there were rumors of people who were using magic disappearing, and we were sending you down there to meet a local contact. We, pay him a few coins here and there, and he was going to let you know what was going on. We figured since you were a caster, it would be better to send you down there to talk to him. You never returned. Until now, it seems. Have you talked to your children, or have you talked to Fergus?
I didn't know that I didn't know that I had them. How many do I have? Is it
You don't remember?
I don't have any of my memories from here. I wouldn't even believe that I'm a. It's honestly, it still sounds strange to say that I may be a Donnelly. Um, but Fergus was my husband, and I have children.
Y-
Had.
Yes.
Congratulations, Lisa. It's 2 boys.
I I don't know how to tell you this, but yes, you had a husband and you have 2 boys. Fergus waited for about a decade before he met Clara O'Batrick. I'm sorry, lass.
No, I don't think you could ask any more of someone. I mean, who could have known? I couldn't. You couldn't have known. I couldn't have known. Nobody had any idea that this was even, possible. I guess. Still, if he'd be open to it, I think I would like to meet them.
They look at each other and nod, and they say, "There's a lot to be done before tonight. Maybe it should wait until after the ceremony. It's your call,
course.
but everybody will be active going into it."
I'm so sorry. I should have said my apologies for your loss. This is a very complicated day with a lot of feelings, I'm sure.
She looks, or he looks at you and goes, it is.
If there's anything we can do to help with the service, I don't know if outsiders would be welcome to participate, but we could. She's kind of like looking amongst the group now. You can tell she's kind of floundering at this point. She's a little overwhelmed.
We can assist. Myself and Casper have some magical means. There's things that we can do to assist and move things along quicker if it helps.
Yeah. So,
Maeve is just standing there, just like gaping at this.
You look like a big strapping lad, and she grabs Casper's butt, and just gives it a gentle squeeze.
It's
and-
rock solid. She can't even. It's like squeezing.
There's nothing to squeeze.
Yeah.
He's
goes,
flat as a board. He's might
she
as well
goes,
just be a plank. There's nothing,
that's not
there's
true.
nothing to grab.
No, it's like buns of steel. You feeling like that concept, Lisa?
she
They're rock hard buns, as tough as the pastries that Nick's made. Right, Byron? You can't even bite into him.
As tasty as the ones she made, yeah.
she says to you, Casper, as she grabs your butt, she goes, "Oh, this reminds me of my time at the Tiefling's Touch," and she goes to explain to you
What?
guys about how you're gonna be needed to help imbue some magic into sticks for the burning.
I lean over towards Maeve and I try and say this out of earshot, but I'm just like, Maeve, your grandmother seems to be quite the whore. And I do mean this with the greatest
Byron.
respect.
Byron, give me a perception check or a history, either one.
Well, perception's got the biggest bonus. 11.
Okay. Something's familiar about her face, but you're not exactly sure what it is.
Oh, yeah. You dog.
As he says that to Maeve, though, Maeve whispers back and goes like, "Yeah, isn't she the fucking best?"
Good soup.
Casper, having gotten used to being sexually assaulted at this point in the campaign, would be like, "I'm ready to help.
If you need something moved, I can move it.
I bet you are ready to help
I
with these
What?
sticks, and
I
she holds
am.
up the sticks. She holds up the sticks.
All right. He takes. Just point me in the direction.
Okay. Is there anything you guys would want to do during the day?
Maeve would like to at least stop in to see her parents. Visit with more family. She wants to give these guys the full Donnelly experience.
Okay. The day passes a little bit, and you guys head over to Maeve's parents' house, which is over here where the light's at.
Wait. Light it again.
It's still here.
Oh, there. Okay. The other big house.
Yep.
Wait.
Yeah, do you notice that this is a small village and yet Gramps and Granny are living in finery? Where's it coming
There's
from?
that finery.
They're thieves.
Is it did any of that furniture match? Or was it all just kind of a cluster of
And they got it from the
two
thrift
chairs
store.
from this household?
Dustin, can you help me get to the house? I'm apparently climbing this house instead of moving it.
Maeve, get down from there. Maeve, we're
Help! I don't know what's happening.
Maybe
Alright,
it's like it's
I
been too long
moved
since
you,
I've been
Maeve.
here. I need to
Thank you.
explore everything.
Yep.
I kept trying to go over
Climb.
there, and instead it was like, no, you're going up a level
What happens
instead.
when you get a climb speed?
Byron is
climb
looking for prowler stamps just in case.
Ugh,
Okay.
there
Give me a
would-
perception
Probably
check.
a good idea.
18.
You don't see anything like that. You do see, as you're looking around, as you're walking, these well manicured bushes. Every once in a while, a little child's hand will shoot out and then shoot back in, and then, or you'll see like hands reach out and look through the bushes and then look back in, as the kids are clearly casing you guys because you're new. Nobody tries to steal your money yet. Go again.
Well, so my money's tucked away, but at this point, Byron's going to start having fun with them. Kind of already having been on the theft game, he's going to start playing with the children and create his magical hand. And then as kids reach their hands out, he's going to have the magic hand try and smack them down. And like,
And as you're doing that, it's now become a game, and it's kind of like whack-a-mole. So little hands are shooting out everywhere, and you just hear just the most joyous children's laughter that you can think of coming from these bushes, as everybody else walks
Yes.
into into Maeve's
It's
family
disgusting.
house.
Yeah. That tracks with how I see Casper's view on children.
Knowing that it's been years since Maeve has been home, how does she come back home? Does she just throw the door open like she lives there?
Yeah,
What up?
basically.
Is she
She already
not?
did the tough stuff with the grandparents and stuff, and she knows her parents will give her grief, but they're a very just like enthusiastic, open family and everything. So she would just like throw the door open and be, Ma, Pa!
All right, so much like the grandparents' house, this house is it's again very ornately decorated, but again, it's bits and pieces from what looks like a dozen different decors, and you see a man and a woman, and they are standing, looking out the window, holding hands. Do you want to let them know what
Oh
your
my
parents'
God.
names are?
Would you two freaking stop that already? Their names are Ronan and Orla. In case anyone was interested, my father is a ranger, and Orla, my mother, is a rogue.
Yep.
My
So-
monk training came from my wonderful uncle, and them, but
You-
mostly him.
You are standing there, and they're just standing there holding hands, just essentially embracing the day. One thing that you've noticed as you've been walking around is that everyone seems to be appreciating life a little bit more now that someone has passed. But as you walk in the door, they turn around and just stand there, mouth agape. And she
Oh
says,
my gosh, gross. Can you two stop macking on each other for like 5 minutes, please?
sure, they're just standing there with their mouths open, looking at you in wonder. And she says, "Why, I do declare, how dare you leave for as long as you have? You get over here, girl, or I'll put you over my knee."
And she's gonna like run forward and hug her parents as if she were just like a child and everything. Very
And
happy to see them.
they run over and hug you, tears streaming down silently down both of their faces.
Aw.
Listen, I wrote
And
letters.
he,
I was just having too much fun. Are you really that surprised?
your father leans in and he goes, "Lass, is it true about Shay?"
Yeah. Not easy finding him.
He says, as they continue to hug you.
But hey, I
Um,
brought him back, right? Better than nothing.
That you did. That you did. And they continue to hug you for a while. It gets real awkward for everyone who's not Maeve. As she
Clears
hasn't
throat.
introduced you,
Yeah.
you're just standing there. Nyx is still reeling with the fact that she is a mother and had a husband. Byron is, I don't know what he's doing, and Casper's standing there wondering if he was just sexually assaulted.
There's no wondering. He's not good.
Hey, is Fallon back from her adventures? I assume yes, since I doubt she stayed out as long as me.
I think she's back. She came back a couple weeks ago. We thought both of you maybe were together.
Okay, listen, see? I was not gone that long if she only just came back, so can y'all stop giving me grief about this, please?
But she's back, and you were not.
I'm back now.
You're
I may
back
not be-
now.
I don't listen.
They were gonna put your name on the stone out there, and that she points to the cemetery.
Do those who get struck go on the cemetery?
Hmm?
Do those who get struck go get headstones?
Who are you? Are you talking to me?
Hello. We're
People
Maeve's
I've been
friends.
with.
We've been traveling with her. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
She's
they're
amazing
okay.
at crime. She's very good
well,
criminal.
So, just you clearly aren't aware of our traditions, but if someone leaves and doesn't come back, their names are put on a brick, and that brick is buried in the ground, and it's put next to the pillar of shame.
You have a pillar of shame? That's amazing.
Well,
Oh
they're
my
dead
goodness.
to us, so we
Nyx!
put it in the cemetery.
Nyx, your name's on the pillar of shame.
No, it's not.
Oh
no, it's
my
not.
God.
No,
We-
it's
we don't
there's-
have a
it's
Nick.
definitely not.
We don't have a
Yeah.
Nyx here. We've never had a Nyx.
It's not
Exactly.
good. She's dead now.
Listen.
Where is this pillar of shame?
I want to go. I need to take a mental picture of your name right next to
I,
the pillar of
I,
shame.
need,
So-
I need to see this. I need to see this pillar.
I have to be honest. Not Nyx, Maeve, really, I just had the dumbest idea, but I'm also like, oh, I would love it if Maeve could talk Casper into dueling with one of her family members and getting his butt whooped, because she would just have so much fun with that. And now I want to do it so bad.
I'm so
So
down
good.
for that.
Well,
Just so I
so
can kill your
is
own
are you
Make
guys
it be
going
one of the
over?
5-year-olds.
Are you guys? Yeah. He stands up, rips off his shirt, grows a mustache, and he's like, "Let's fucking go." But if you guys are going over to Pillar of Shame, it's over by Granny and Grandma and Grandpa's house. You would know that is over by where Nevin, Dylan, and Fergus were at.
Well, I'm not waiting on this family reunion. I'm heading straight there as soon as I know
Okay.
where it is.
Oh yeah.
So we split the party.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Byron's going with her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maeve
So
will come
Maeve-
out and she'll do one of those like mouth whistles. She'll be like, I'll be back. And she'll do one of those mouth whistles for like all the kids and be like, who wants a story time? Let's go tell my friend Nyx the story of the Pillar of Shame.
And they're like, oh, I want one. I want it. And they all go over and they look at you expectantly, waiting for the story of the Pillar of Shame.
Listen,
Pillar isn't as big
I
as I
didn't
thought
plan
it
this
would be.
far ahead, Justin. She tells some very long tale about how their family came about. Blah, blah, blah. Not how the family came about, but just how all that are stricken.
Grandma and Grandpa
wonder-
loved each other very
Our
much.
family's older than that.
So it turns out Granny's
She
a
basically
big
tells some
whore.
story about like the first disappearance and how no matter how far they searched, they couldn't find anything. And family being family, like we all blah blah blah. And she just goes at like, but basically what everyone's heard already, but how it like became the like Pillar of Shames that like was some lore that Emily has not thought of in her
So,
brain yet, or what
here's-
have you.
Here's what it is.
Yes, thank
So
you.
there are gravestones that are there. Maeve, you would know that if you die of natural causes here in the compound or the town, you get buried in a gravestone. If you are killed doing Donnelly business, right? You are lit on fire and sent to purify yourself of your evil deeds that you've done while you're out there. If you don't come back, you're buried in front of the Pillar of Shame. And it is an obelisk with just random arcane runes etched into it. If you asked Granny and Grandpa, they would just tell you that they stole it. But they take your name and they put it on a rock and they put it in front or around this pillar, and it's their way of never truly giving up on those who are gone. The ones it's like saying like, you know, we're shaming you, but we hope that you'll come back.
And there's like a number of rocks around there, but most of them look like very old because
Mhm.
it's been a while since that's happened.
Is
They
it like a
learn from their mistakes and
stone?
keep training people better and stuff.
So it's not just so I'm being clear. These rocks are put into the ground, almost like a brick pathway.
Okay. Okay. I was thinking this was like a Tetris tower where the pillar itself is made of the bricks.
Nope.
Well,
This is
luckily for
the
you, I'm
most
not gonna wreck your
fucked up
pillar of shame then.
family unit I have ever.
Yeah, this is
seen.
a
Thank you so
You,
much.
if you fail your task while on family business, they set you on fire for
It's-
failing.
It's like a Viking funeral.
Yeah, it's
But-
a funeral pyre.
To get rid of your evils of doing the family business. Did I hear that right?
They're
What
like
did you say?
cleansing. They're cleansing
there
your
was
spirit
definitely
so that you
something
can
in
go to the
there
good
about-
place, basically.
okay. So it's you're being cleansed of the outside world so that your soul can rejoin the family.
All right, where's the Kool-Aid?
Better question, where is Lucia's stone?
Oh my God, Fergus is a fucking. My goodness, you know how to pick him
You-
next.
You are looking and oh, I still have Fergus over there. I'm sorry. They're not there anymore.
Oh,
Okay, thanks.
They clearly are.
there you guys. Oh,
So you are Nix. You walk over to the stones, and as you get over there, you notice that one of the stones is wet. It's not a lot. Just it looks almost as if somebody had been crying over it.
Is it Shay's stone? Have
Shay
they
doesn't have a
already
stone.
they got it ready for him? They're like, he's been gone for a long time. Let's just prep this one. Had a
Nope.
little cry.
If you pick it up, you would see that your name is on it.
I would like to
Hey,
pick up
there it
and see
is!
that my name is on it.
Well,
Shame.
technically
If
not.
there's a
Shame.
she would take her scythe and essentially like prop it up out of the dirt.
Being
And-
dramatic as they are, as soon as you pick it up, all these little children who are like sitting around for story time would all go,
Well, we don't need this here anymore, I think.
I don't think you're
Um,
technically back. Are you Nix Donnelly now?
I mean, you could get a last name that way.
I don't know yet. I am not certain how to navigate this situation. I mean, Lucia isn't... It doesn't feel like my name. And I have no memory of this life.
I wouldn't let them see you with the stone. I feel like they'll be really mad about that.
How many of these grave plots do you think are actually empty and filled with loot that they've stolen and buried?
Maeve like grins like the Cheshire Cat. I'll never tell.
I bet they burn
Well-
everybody's bodies.
If you just leave your stone there, Granny and Pappy have seen that you're here. They'll take care of it later.
What'd you say, Nix? What'd you do?
I pocket the stone.
Okay.
Well, never
You
mind.
keep the stone. It is just a little bit smaller than brick sized. The one that you have is it's like it's not dark red, but it's like a light red with like veins of little flecks of blue.
Yep. Is there like a spot left in the ground now? She'll take her shoe and
Mhm.
she'll just kind of like move the dirt over it and pat it down just so it's not quite as obvious that one is missing.
It says Lucia Mastra Donnelly.
Mastra?
Is there
Is
like a
that name
date?
familiar?
The way that it's written, you would think that's probably your maiden name.
Is that name familiar at all, though?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I don't see why this should stay here. If this was for me and I'm back, it's coming with me.
Okay.
Your shamestone.
She's offended. You see the shift
What do
in
you
her
want me to call
expression.
it?
She's like genuinely offended.
The little kids, the little kids in the background are like, "Stone up, shame! Stone up, shame! Stone up, shame!" And they try
Maeve
to
like
steal
looks
stuff off
over
you.
and goes like, "Y'all know that's not what we call them.
What do we call them then?
Just name stones."
Y'all speak at once in one unified voice.
They're
Eldritch Abomination.
like the children in the Encanto movie who are like the neighborhood ones are like, "We need to know everything."
Really? Because they kind of seem like the children of the corn, where they're like, our parents are gone. Now we want to play with you.
All right.
No,
Well,
they're
anything else you wanna
adorable,
do, Nick?
okay?
Or should I say, Lucia?
Oh, no.
Not for the time being, no. We can wait on introductions for the ceremony.
Okay. You are granted a pass to go to the service. You will be going over to the beach where I have some people.
Which
out
is a
on the beach.
BFD because the actual service itself is family only.
Mhm.
Wow.
Congratulations.
I doubt there's any outsiders within like 100 miles of this place, so.
That's not true. Outsiders come all the time.
Why?
Because they
Nobody ever
stay in
comes
our
here.
they stay in our good graces. We do stuff for them.
I mean,
Like
how
Sam.
long have you guys lived here? Because I feel like at some point in time, people are going to start catching
Oh,
on.
God.
Oh god, oh
Uh,
god, Justin. Justin!
Oh, it is so
It's
dark.
Justin!
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry. All right. Can you guys see it better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was mildly
Like with a
terrifying.
horror movie.
Yeah. From the ocean, a giant creature with tentacles all across its face comes out. You all go
For-
crazy.
For
We're
those
now playing Call of
listening,
Cthulhu.
Justin
Oh my
just
God.
blatantly turned. He made it night on Tailspire, but it got very dark, and we were just on like a blank slate. It looked like.
All right. Okay. So, before you, Maeve, all of the elder Donnellys are here, and the children are there too, but they're kind of out and away, just observing. And you see a tall, thin man with a thin mustache wearing a patchwork black suit whisper something into the man's next to him's ear. He's whispering to your mentor, Uncle Connor, a lean man with a black, loose-fitting set of monk robes. Lewis gives Uncle Connor a gentle kiss, taking a deep breath and walking to the center of the circle of Donnellys standing around the raft, holding Shay. In accordance to Donnelly tradition, Shay's body has been washed with local well water and dressed in clean white linens. He looks peaceful sitting there on a raft made of sticks and twigs, sitting next to a small fire. Lewis takes a deep breath. Today, we're here to lay to rest Shay Donnelly. Shay was the son of Deirdre and Tomas, and brother to Declan, Aoife, Callum, and Renly. Shay left the family homestead to sow his wild oats and discovered how to be a bard, just like his father before him. Following in his father's footsteps, Shay went into the world, filling it with smiles, laughter, and more than a little mischievousness. In his final trial of his journey into the world, Shay was slain doing Donnelly business. As all of you know, this is the highest honor a Donnelly can have, and as such, he will be sent to our ancestors upon the cleansing flames to help purify him of any misdeeds that may have occurred while away from the family. Before we start the cleansing ritual, are there any here who wish to speak of memories? A large, muscular, older woman takes a step forward, and she's wearing dark furs. And even at this event, she has a large, curved axe on her. Maeve, it's your Aunt Astrid, and she wipes away a single tear as a smile reaches her lips. I'll always remember how he used to terrorize Orla and I whenever we would make pies. No sooner would we get the pies on the windowsill when little hands would shoot up and grab it. We inevitably would find him passed out under, and she takes a deep breath, passed out under a tree, pie pan next to him, and she just breaks down into tears. A few other Donnellys speak before Declan, Shay's oldest brother, takes a step forward. You can see that Declan also has tears in his eyes. Shay, to me, was mischief incarnate, a gentle soul wrapped in the god of mischief's cloak. When he was learning to harness the power of the lute, he says, picking up a rickety old lute, he was chased out of the tavern right over that hill, and he points into the distance, after playing the March of the Maidenhead in a room full of O'Batricks. He did this after being caught with Marjorie O'Batrick in her father's barn, literally going for a roll in the hay. Everyone breaks into laughter. Being the oldest brother, he looks around to see if anybody else wants to speak, and when no one does, Declan nods his head to Lewis, signaling the end of the service. Lewis lights a torch and sets it upon the raft before pushing it into the Elven Strait. As Lewis is doing this, Tomas, Shay's father, and Declan pull out their lutes and start to play a slow dirge as the fire slowly engulfs Shay's body, and the currents pull him out towards Moore's Rock Sea. And that's it.
It's a beautiful ceremony.
Yep.
Just to confirm, his body was he was dead for more than 10 days before this, right?
Yes.
Just to confirm. Okay, perfect. I don't want to live with any regrets.
Yeah, no, he was dead for more than 10 days. You couldn't bring him back.
Okay, cool.
As you do it, it's been 5 days.
I was like, I'm gonna feel real bad. Is looking through the fire or looking around the ceremony, do I see I guess any of the three? Do I see Fergus or Nevin or Dylan?
You see Fergus, Nevin, Dylan, and you also see a she's not as tall as any of the other ones. You see a probably in her late 30s, early 40s woman who's standing next to Fergus, but if you look at them, it wouldn't seem as if they were together.
Do I know who that is?
That's probably Clara, his new wife.
Yes, that's Clara
Uh,
O'Batrick Donnelly.
But it doesn't seem as if they're together, though.
Nyx is going to approach him
Okay.
and just kind of try to catch his eye before she approaches. But
Drama,
come up and just
drama.
and tell him very sincerely, I'm very sorry for your loss.
He turns around and looks confused. Lucia, is that you?
That's the working theory, yes.
What? You've been gone for so long, we thought you were dead. Do the boys know? And at this point, the boys have now turned around, and they are looking at you.
No, I haven't had a chance to speak with them yet. I apologize. I should tell you now. I go by Nyx, and I don't have any memories of you or of them. But I'm told that we were married at some point, and I thought it would be nice to at least see your face.
He looks at you, and then looks at Clara, and then looks at you, and he says, "Why now?"
She kind of turns and points over to Maeve and just says, our paths crossed, and there are quite a few things that are brewing far from here in Donvershold that have kept me a bit occupied.
Nevin and Dylan look at you, and you see hesitance in their faces, as if they're not sure what to make of this, right? So Nevin looks at you and he says, why did you leave?"
I don't know. Truly, I don't know. I'm not trying to bring you any pain or bring up any old wounds, although I don't think that me being here is going to do anything except for that exact. But I truly don't know why I left or what happened to me, just that I'm here. But I'd like to get to know you. I'd like to be able to at least have some sort of friendship, if not any kind of familial role. I understand if that might be a little bit too much for right now.
They look at each other, and Nevin looks at Dylan. He goes, I'd like to hear more, but I'm still not sure why you would leave us. We thought you were dead almost our whole lives. They told us that it was the first thing that you were given an easy mission to go and come back just after you've had us, and you never came back. We thought that you didn't want us.
I'm so sorry that your mother left. I'm sorry that she wasn't here, and I'm sorry she didn't come back. And that's not something that you ever should have gone through.
And Dylan, hearing you say that, he's like, I wish you wouldn't have come back. And he turns and walks away. Nevin is like, goes to grab at him, and he shakes him off. And Fergus doesn't know what the fuck he's supposed to do. He's looking at you. He is super confused. Claire is there. You're there. And he looks hurt more than anything else.
I understand that this is a lot to take in. It's a lot for me as well. And I understand that you want answers that I don't have. But I have been looking for you, whether you believe it or not. And I'm sorry that it took me so long to find my way back.
He again looks at you and looks at Clara, and he goes, I. This is a lot at one time. I'm not sure what you're looking for from me. Are you looking for forgiveness? You left me to raise those two boys all by myself.
I think maybe me approaching in this way was a mistake. I am very sorry for your loss. She kind of turns her back and starts to briskly shuffle away, her shoulders kind of haunched up.
Byron will go with her.
As you guys are walking away, you hear in the background there is a shrill female voice. It's like snapping gum, and she's like, "Honey, who was that?" As Clara is going over to see Fergus.
God.
As we're walking away, Byron will lean in close and just be like, "Did you hear her voice? She whispers like you."
Oh, yes,
Thanks.
Similar taste in men.
Nix,
Casper's
Thanks,
going to talk
Byron.
to
Nix,
Fergus.
give me a perception check.
Can I do it while also using my fancy schmancy knowledge from a past life skill?
Yes, you may.
I would love that, thank you. It's only a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
With a 10, you can still see that this woman clearly has some of your build. While she is smaller in height, she has some of the features that you have.
But is she as pretty as me, though?
Like a younger sister kind of has her features?
Yeah, what the fuck?
No.
Yeah, she's
No.
just like
No,
the
she has a
replacement
different
version.
last name.
Like
Yeah.
like how some men tend to go after people with the same type of features.
Yeah.
You would put together that this was someone who, at least in stature, if and whispering, reminded him of you.
She thick like you.
I just assumed all the Donnellys had arranged marriages. That just kind of seems like the vibe happening here.
Nope. As you guys are walking away, Byron, you can see that the children, they almost look like they want to play with you. Like, they're kind of running up, and then they're running away, and then they're running up, and they're like,
I think at this point my objective would be to console Nyx and not play with the children at this point.
Okay. Well, you guys are walking away. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Anybody that I pass, I would like to try and like bump pickpocket and attempt to like successfully engage with their
Sure.
Culture.
their culture.
You walk past a teenage boy. He's clearly wearing some sort of coin purse on the outside of his belt. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
11.
Oh, because I rolled a
Oh.
22.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when
If I can do that like thing that kids do, you know, when they do the like snapping and the flicking their hand.
you go up and you bump into him, and as you do, he slaps your hand away and he goes, "Oh, not fast enough, old man." And he winks at you and he says, "But good try.
Which
Keep it up, and
relative
maybe-
was that?
Maybe one day
I want to
you'll."
know, so I must be proud of them.
It is. Hold on.
Oh,
It
I'm
is-
so proud.
Actually, your younger brother, Quinn.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
And he goes, you keep this up, maybe one day you could marry into the Donnellys, or maybe we just bring you in and teach you the ropes.
I'll keep
Teach
that
you how to
in
burgle
mind.
real nice.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Byron never steals again. It scared him straight, those words.
Are any of the Donnellys not human?
What's that?
Are any of the Donnellys not human? Because I know when we first entered town, that was something that Rob asked. It was like, anyone who's not human. But, and I understand that this maybe doesn't perfectly work in, but like Nyx is not human.
There are two that are not human.
I did not
Is
go
it my
so far as
boys?
to
The
say
two
racist.
sons.
Is it my boys? Two little half-elf boys. Oh God, I left my two little minority
I
boys.
would
the
like to
village.
specify
Ugh.
it's okay if others are not human. I just didn't go so far as to assign races to anyone who like married into the Donnellys because I just did not
Yeah,
even cross
that's
my
fair.
mind.
Yeah.
I'm
Nope,
not
they're
being
all-
That's why I
racist
figured it was
against
worth
other
asking,
races.
though.
I literally just didn't plan ahead.
They're
I have it on
all
good
white.
authority. Emily doesn't like Catholics.
They're all white Anglo-Saxon humans, and then there's two half elves.
It's
They
good.
would
I'm
It's nice to see that this.
absolutely-
Big midsummer vibes from this whole
They would
clan.
absolutely marry into other like races and stuff because they would just acknowledge that everyone has different skills and different talents and stuff and everything. I literally just did not plan ahead. Justin could say that one
Sure.
of them is like a genasi, and I'd be like, okay,
Yeah, no,
Great.
no. I mean, everything that you've seen so far, like these aren't hateful people. They're just, they like to have fun and get their job done.
yeah, this isn't even the end of the funeral, guys.
I'm just glad to see the family branch or the family tree has at least one branch on it. So that's good.
So, unless you guys have something else to say,
I
what you
don't
got?
know if you heard me. I was gonna go talk to Fergus.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and go talk to Fergus. He's standing over there. There's a woman. She's got her gum and she's like pulling it out and then putting it back in and then pulling it out. She's like, "What was that woman doing over here?" And then she walks
You're
away.
talking
so she
to
can talk
yourselves.
Fergus.
Yeah.
I was
And
just
then
giving
she
you a chance
walks
to. I was just giving you a chance to butt in.
Oh, okay. Casper would. I mean, they're husband and wife. He would wait until she left, but he would go up to the Nyx's ex-husband,
Fergus.
Fergus, and say, "Hey, I just wanted you to know. Hi, I'm Casper. I'm
Yes, you
friends with your ex-wife.
This is very awkward.
It is, but I just want you to know, I've traveled with Nyx for a little while now, and she does mean it when she says she doesn't remember, but I can guarantee you she was looking and trying to find out who she was, from the moment that she is who she is now."
He looks at you and he goes, "This makes it even harder. I never really was over her. I still go to the shame thing that I forget what I called it.
The name stone,
of
shame,
shame.
pillar of shame.
Pillar of
Pillar
shame.
of shame. Thank you. The pillar of shame. I need to take better notes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little
But,
bit harder to cry on that stone now.
Yeah, but now that she's back, I don't know how to feel.
I don't think she does either. She didn't come here with any specific goal in mind, I don't think so. But I can guarantee you she cares now. So I know kids
just-
are kids, but
I just
right.
wish I had more time to process it. I have to head out tomorrow and Well, at least there's a party tonight.
We're gonna be doing some big stuff too soon, so if you're gonna talk to her, tonight would probably be good.
Yeah, I guess I gotta go. I got a job tomorrow. So I'll party tonight. And maybe we'll talk.
Good luck. She's, for what it's worth, she's a good person. I don't know how she was before. Whatever happened, but you'd be proud of what she turned into.
And as you're saying this, in the distance, you can start to hear voices getting loud and lights being turned up as there is a fiddle that's playing somewhere in the background as the true Donnelly funeral begins.
We have booze at this thing?
That's an understatement.
Okay, good. Alright. I'll catch you later.
And as you say that, the camera fades to black. Makes you get inspiration.
Fades to black with Ferguson and Casper. God.
Yep, you just hear slapping noises. No, you get inspiration. That was really well done. Maeve, you also get inspiration. I put you on the spot, and you held up good there for making up some stories. So good job.
Thank you.
Yep. That is going to be all for us tonight. Thanks for sticking around. I know this is a little bit more somber than what we're used to. Wanted to make sure Shay got the right send-off that he deserved, though. We do have some inspiration that needs to be given out, though. And it's only fitting that Nyx Lucia handed out.
Well, Miss Brent, I don't think that you even got to use your inspiration tonight, bud, because there wasn't a huge amount of rolling.
Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna say I think that Miss Brent should be able to roll over inspiration for next time.
That works for me, Miss Brent.
Perfect.
You can roll that over into next time, and hopefully I'll make them fight all the Donnellys, and you can use it to kill one of the children.
No! Not that. I would love the fighting part because I just really want to show off how badass the Donnelly clan is to put work into them.
I mean, unless there's something
catch
like level
Fireball.
15, yeah, I think we could probably do it to him.
We're gonna crush your family.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
I just want like one-off duels.
You
I
see-
just think
you
I
see-
want,
What do you mean
I want
they
Casper
didn't
to-
welcome me
I
back
want-
with open
I
arms?
want Casper to
Burning
be
this place to
impressed
the
by one of my
ground.
badass relatives.
He'll be impressed. He'll also
in the
destroy them.
In the center of the clearing, there is a large 8-foot sword. And Casper, as you take your shirt off to pull out your sword and fight, you see the children run out, and there are 2 children, and then one child climbs up onto those other children,
God.
and then another child climbs on top of his shoulders, and then 2 come out to
happening.
arms, and you have a Voltron-esque Donnelly
This is
child,
Yeah.
and it
Justin's
just
dream.
pulls the 8-foot sword out of the ground.
It's the Donnelly Tron.
I love
that.
It's finally Tron. Oh God, that's
So-
great.
That's it. We're ended 2 minutes early, but it seemed like the right place to stop. So we really appreciate you all. Thanks so much for sticking around. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.
All right,
Bye,
love you guys.
everybody.
See ya.
Bye everybody.